Okay, let's continue on the elaboration of the exchange equation. Okay, as we say, supposedly this should be very simple idea. You know, you use new money to exchange for old money. Okay, 1 to 1. So supposedly everything should work well. But the point is, the Central Bank of India, they don't have enough preparation. There is not enough new money. Okay? But at the same time, all money cannot be used. So what happened? Money supply goes down. Okay? Money supply goes down. And also, because these money are small denomination used by ordinary people for small transaction, and there's not enough new money, and all money cannot be used. So what happened? You cannot buy anything. Okay? Of course, you can use a big, so let us say in Taiwan, you know, you use 100, 500, right? But now 100, 500 is not there. You have to use 1,000 and 2,000. What happened? A lot of merchants will not take it, right? So V also goes down. So if on the left-hand side, everything goes down, what happened to the right-hand side? This goes down and this also goes down. So it's very terrible. So indeed, if money supply goes down, price level may go down, and also the economy, the GDP. Okay. So anyway, this is part of the story we're going to mention again when we get to the economy of POW. What's POW? Prisoner of war. And in that case, they use cigarette as their money. Okay? We will talk about that when we get to it. And now we are going to discuss fractional reserve. So as we say, you know, central banks, they print money, okay? But that's only part of it, currency, okay? And why? The banking system, okay, they also create money. It's because of the fractional reserve. Fractional reserve. Okay? So, Suyuting, what is fractional? Fraction. What's fraction? Fraction, 1/2 is fraction, 1/4 is fraction. It means just a little, okay? And, you know, it's a long story, and I try to make it as short as I can. So, you know, in the past, merchants, okay, or the society, okay, they use gold and silver as money, okay? But sometimes, you know, it's not safe, okay, to put money in your pocket or at your home. And also because gold and silver, okay, gold and silver, they have practical use, okay? Some plates, okay, some plates. So, 郑彩进, what's plate? Plate. If you don't know it, check your cell phone. What's plate? Excuse me? Check it. 祝广彦, what's plate? What's plate? Sometimes we have a term called silverware. Silverware. Okay? Silverware. 陈玉祥 no idea. 龚思云 silverware, plate. What's plate? Exactly. So if you use silver to make a plate, oh gosh, it's expensive, right? But what is the function? What's sometimes, some people they indeed use silverware, okay, as plate, as a fork, as knife, okay. Why? Yang Junqiang, why some people use silver to make plate, to make fork, to make knife? Do you know fork?
Yes.
What's fork?
叉子
Okay. So why?
有钱
No. Beyond that. I think you know something about it. Because silver, I think, I'm not sure, okay, because I have no idea about all this, but it is said that if there is some poison, okay, do you know poison? Okay, if there's some poison, and it will interact with silver. So if you use silver well, okay, then if there's something wrong with the food, you know right away, okay? You got it? Okay. And let me tell you an interesting story about silverware, okay? Even though I have stayed in the United States for a long time, okay, 7 years, and usually I would go to US for conference more, maybe 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, if you go to McDonald's, Burger King, all the things you know that, right? So basically, they give you hamburger and you eat it with your hands, right? Okay. Why you go to McDonald's, Burger King? Because you don't have to give tips. Okay. What's tips? What is tips? Wang Beizhen. What's tips? Xu Shaoxuan. Louder. Okay. So usually, let us say if you eat $10 of hamburger with fries, whatever, then you have to give $11 at least. Okay, because you have to give tips. But sometimes, even it is a restaurant, okay, even it is a restaurant, in the US, usually you get hamburgers, but it's much bigger, okay, and also bigger portion, and sometimes come with salad. So it's better, okay, in any case, it's better. But when I went to a restaurant and I also order hamburger, then what is the point? Because I don't want to give tips. So I say, so what would you say? 蒲国语. If you want to go to a restaurant, but you don't want to eat there, what would you tell the waiter? 2 words, English. 冯杰. No money. Oh, God. You should never be there. No money. I want take out, okay? Take out or to go, okay? Take out or to go, okay? So, and they said that they asked me, do you want silverware? Okay? And I said, even though it's more expensive than McDonald's, so maybe $20, $25 for hamburger, salad, and drink. And they told me, do I want silverware? Okay? And I said, yes, I want silverware. But what happened? They indeed give me silverware, but it is made of plastic. Okay? You get it? Even though it says silverware, basically it means fork, knife, all these things is not indeed silverware. It's made of plastic. So you get it? Anyway, check the dictionary. Silverware has at least 2 meanings. The first meaning, something made of silver, right? Okay? And the second one is fork, knife, all these things. Okay. Anyway. Okay, let's get back to fractional reserve. We have to finish it today. Okay, so how does it work? As I say, in the medieval period, people use gold and silver, but they don't want to keep gold and silver in their house because if someone take it, it's done, right? And so you oftentimes you use for plates, for bowls, for knife, whatever. And so then they deposit the gold with goldsmith, okay, goldsmith or silver smith, because they work on gold and work on silver, right? And so necessarily they have some gold, some silver, and people, when they have extra gold, extra silver, and they may want to, use it for plate, for other things, okay, or candle stand, all these things, okay. So as time goes by, they figure out, I don't have to keep this much gold or silver at my home, okay, or at my shop. I can, lend it to someone else. So when merchants, they put gold and silver at goldsmiths or silversmiths, they have to pay, okay, because they keep it as in a safe place. But when goldsmiths and silversmiths, they figure that, well, oftentimes there are gold, silver coming in, and sometimes there are gold, silver going out. But, regularly, I can safely lend this to some other people. So, as time goes by, silversmiths, goldsmiths, they also acting as bankers. And they know, okay, they don't have to keep all of the gold, all of the silver in his home. Okay, sometimes, as you know, later we call it vault. Okay? So, what is vault? Chen Yuxiang, what is vault? Here. Zhu Guangyan, what is vault? Lin Zhenkai, what is vault? Have you checked your cell phone? What is vault? Or did I spell it wrong? What is that?
金库吗？还是那个什么狗？
Exactly. Okay. So anyway, that is the point that the goldsmiths and the silversmiths, they figure that I can use them and lend it to someone else when they have a need. And so in this case, the merchants, they don't have to pay a fee, okay, to deposit at the goldsmith or the silversmith. Instead, they're going to get interest payment, okay? Of course, all of this takes a long time, okay? Anyway, so then, let us go on. So, according to the Bible, okay, according to the Bible, who are the first two humans in the world? Lin Weixun. According to the Bible, who are the first two humans in the world? According to the Bible, are you a Christian? According to the Bible, who are the first two persons in the world? Adam. Okay, good. And who's the other one? You forget it. 冯杰。
伊丽丝。
Sorry.
伊丽丝。
Is it?
夏娃。
Okay. It is Eve. Okay, Eve. Because it's this, right? So oftentimes people cannot figure out what is that when I say summer baby. It's not, it's Eve, it's not summer baby. Okay, anyway, let us say, these two guys, okay, they each got $1,000. Okay, for Adam and for Eve, they've got $1,000. And according to the definition there, okay, so how much is in the economy? 潘志远. Excuse me? Okay, good. And now let us say there is a bank. So they deposit the money into a bank. So let me just sorry. Let me just say A, okay, bank A. Okay? And so what's going on here? The bank takes this money. So there is deposit, right? Deposit, sorry. Deposit 2,000. Okay? And what will be here? This is the debit side. This is the credit side. So that's the demand deposit, right? 2,000. Okay? So, 潘志远, again, how much money supply in this economy? 2,000? Because cash is gone. Right? This is cash. Cash is gone. But you have what? Demand deposit, right? Demand deposit. Okay. Suppose the bank is only required to put 10% in the vote. So what we call required reserve. Required reserve ratio. Okay? 10%. So what does that mean? We can change the account and also the arrangement. Okay? So originally we put the deposit 2,000, right? Sorry, it should be cash. Okay? Cash. So now it is $1,800 and $200. What is this? This is required reserve. Okay, let me put it RR. Okay, R required reserve 2,000. And what is this? This is called ER, excess reserve. Okay, E excess. Because the bank is only required to keep $200 in the vault. Okay, and $1,800. This one can be loaned out to someone else. Okay, and so let us say Liu Jiajie, okay, wanna get a new company called AI Liu Jiajie, right? Okay, so he wanna borrow this money. Okay, so you went to the bank to borrow the money. Okay, so originally it's called excess reserve, right? But now it is called a loan. Okay, a loan. Okay, and now you go to the bank to sign the contract and to get the loan out. So this is now cash. Okay, so Liu Jiajie, tell us what is the money supply in this economy now?
Sorry, I don't know how to.
Just tell us a number. So, okay, originally Adam and Eve, each one holding $1,000, right? So the money supply is 2,000. Okay, and then they put it into the bank. So they don't have cash. The cash is gone. But then you have demand deposit, right? So still the money supply is 2,000. And this arrangement, okay, it's just accounting entry. It doesn't affect anything. So then originally we put $2,000 here, right? And then because the required reserve ratio is 10, so we know this is excess reserve 1,800 and required reserve 200. And but now you go to the bank to sign a contract. Okay, you wanna get a loan, and then now you go to the bank and sign the contract and take this loan out. So now you have $1,800 cash. So at this point, how much money supply in this economy?
100.
What about here?
Oh.
Adam and Eve still have demand deposit, right?
Yeah.
So demand deposit, 2,000, right? And then you have cash,
Yeah.
currency. So it's 3,800. You get it? Okay. And so now say you have to wait for a license to get get a company going. So for the moment, you don't need this cash. And so what would you do? Say you go to bank B and make a deposit. Okay? So the same thing. How much is the money supply now? Liu Jiajie?
Say 30
100. Okay? Because Eden and Abe still have 2,000 demand deposit. And now the cash is gone, but you have demand deposit, right? Okay, so no cash. And we can change it, right? So this is 10%, 180, right? 1720, okay? So again, this is excess reserve, and this is required reserve, okay? And so let us say Chen Youxi, okay? You wanna use this money to get a business going, say, NKUST Cafe, okay? So let us say you want to get that. And so we're going to change this into, again, a loan, right? Okay? And this is required reserve. And Chen Youxi gets 170.20 out as cash. Okay, so how much is the money supply now? Is 2,000 plus 1,800 and plus 1,720. And suppose this process can go on and on and on, right? So, how much are we going to end up? And so in this case, it is something like this. So originally, only 2,000 deposit, okay? But because of that, and if this can be loaned out, you have 2,000 times 0.9, right? Okay? And 2,000 times 0.9 square, and then 2,000 0.9 cube, and etc. So how much it is going to be? 1 minus 0.9, 2,000, okay? And you get 20,000. So what does that mean? That means the money multiplier, okay, we say money multiplier is equal to 1 over required reserve ratio. Okay, 1 over required reserve ratio. And in this case, it's 10%, right? So 1 over 0.1 is equal to 10. So the smaller the required reserve ratio, the higher the money multiplier. Okay? Questions at this point? Question. So, if the central bank tell the banks, commercial banks, say, you don't need that much in your vote. So then, the smaller it is, the higher the money multiplier. Okay? But honestly, does the economy works like this? The answer is no. Because sometimes, okay, when the economy is not good, okay, let us say this is excess reserve. Excess reserve, okay? When the economy is not good, usually the bank need more money because some people may be out of jobs and they may have to use their saving. So if that is the case, okay, usually banks will keep some money in their vault. And also, when we get money from a bank, whatever it is, a loan or whatever, okay, we sometimes will put some money in our pocket. Okay, so it doesn't mean that it will always go like this. But if an economy has a banking system functioning very well, and you say the money multiplier will be high. Okay, and that generally is good, right? Because the more money in the economy, okay, the people will feel better, and then the economy will be better. As we told you about the MV equal PQ and the cases of India, right? Okay. So we're gonna look at the money supply in a different perspective. Okay. Money supply can be also equal to M, okay? Is equal to money multiplier times monetary base. Sometimes I put down M money times M base. Okay? So we have several formula for money supply. It can be here M1A, it can be here M1B, it can be here M2. Okay? And usually, if you want to check the stock market, okay, you want to predict the performance of the stock market, usually you check M2. If M2 goes up, okay, if M2 goes up, or M1B goes up, okay, these two, generally you can see a more vibrant stock market, because if there's more money, right, there's more money, then some people may use it to buy stocks because you have more money. Okay. And we're going to use this and this, okay, to figure out what is going on in terms of money supply and also the money multiplier. Okay. Okay, what is monetary base? What is this? Okay, this is equal to, okay, M base is equal to C plus R. Okay, so C again is the currency. Okay, and what is R? R is equal to C plus RR and ER. So this is reserve. Okay, this is reserve. And reserve is equal to, required reserve and excess reserve. Okay, here is required reserve and excess reserve. Questions? Okay. And what is this? This is equal to D, okay, plus C over D plus RR over D plus ER over D. Right? Because it is C, RR, ER, D, right? C over D. Here you get C, right? Here you get RR. Here you get ER. Okay? Questions? Okay, and then we have M1A is equal to, here it is D okay, and then 1 plus C over D. Okay. Questions? Okay, then how are we going to solve these two? And let it be B, okay? Let it be B. So this is gonna be easier, okay? So monetary base B is this, and also it is this. So what is this? This is gonna be B, okay? Okay, and so there is a relationship here. D is equal to, okay, D is equal to B, okay, right? D is here, right? You move it down there, okay? So C over D plus RR times D plus ER times D, okay? And because of that, right? Because of that, so you can see, okay? D is here, okay? D is here. So it's gonna be B times, okay? 1 plus C over D, okay? C over D plus RR over D plus ER over D. Okay, so this is what you have. This is the monetary base. Okay, D is here, right? D is here. Okay, monetary base. And so, in the first case, we say required reserve ratio is here, right? Okay, and no cash. Okay. When the first case, when we mentioned about the banks, all these transactions going on, we say no money holding as cash, okay? No money holding as cash. And also no excess reserve, okay? No excess reserve. And so if it is all gone, right? So it means the money multiplier is exactly, okay, the money multiplier is exactly equal to 1 over required reserve ratio, right? 1 over required reserve ratio. But now you hold some cash, okay, so it is here, you hold some cash, and also you hold some excess reserve. So you have two money multiplier. One is more difficult, like this, more complicated, and the other one is 1 over required reserve ratio. All these two formula will be in the test. Okay, all these two, okay, both will be in the test. Questions? Usually, the money multiplier here, the money multiplier here is larger, okay, is larger for more liquid asset. Okay, it's larger for more liquid asset. Okay, so basically we introduce the money multiplier and also how you're gonna affect money supply. Okay, basically we have done these two. So then we're gonna talk about central bank. Okay, central bank. So then the tools for monetary policy, the tools for monetary policy. And what is central bank doing? Okay. The first one is stability. Stability. Stability on what? Price level. Okay. And also on exchange rate. And generally we say is foreign exchange rate. Okay. And then monitoring the banks. Okay, monitoring the banks. Because some banks, they don't necessarily follow all the rules. So sometimes, the central bank has to look at their accounts and whatever activities they are doing. And not only that, so usually when we say, foreign merchants or foreign banks, when they wire money to Taiwan, usually we would hope that, okay, they indeed do what they are told to do. So for example, usually in Taiwan, when foreign companies, they wire money in, especially the financial companies, usually the purpose is to buy stocks, okay? And hopefully that can increase the price of the stocks. But sometimes they don't do that, okay? Because if they wire money in, they send money in, and because of that, NT appreciate, okay? NT appreciate. If NT appreciate, they can get more money out of their holding of NT. And so sometimes you know that it's risky to invest in the stock market. If you just can send money in and wait for the NT to appreciate, and in this case you can make money out of it, that is the best. So sometimes the central bank have to look at the activities of all those companies and to see that they follow through. And sometimes, okay, when the companies, they wire money in, send money in, they don't necessarily, invest in stocks. And that's what we call speculation, okay, speculation. They speculate on the currency, okay, they don't want to do anything, they just hope NT will appreciate and then they can make money out of NT appreciation. So anyway, there are many things they have to do. Okay, so what are the tools that they can work to affect the money supply? The first one is we call discount rate. The second one, require reserve ratio. The third one, open market operation. Okay, and how they gonna affect the money supply with this? Okay, what is discount rate? Discount rate is an interest rate. What kind of interest rate? Commercial banks, if they want to borrow money from the central bank, the rate will be called discount rate. Again, if commercial banks want to borrow money from the central bank, that will be the rate they're going to charge, discount rate. Usually, banks can borrow from the other banks, okay? So they don't really have to borrow money from the central bank. Okay? Usually, it is only after the other banks, okay, fail to get the loans from the other banks, then they have to go to the central bank. So what happened is that if a bank is in trouble, okay, and also it cannot borrow money from the other banks, then there is only the only source that they can get. It is called the discount rate and the central bank. So central banks is called banks of the last resort. Okay? Banks of the last resort. Sorry. Or we call bank of banks. And usually a bank will try the best not to borrow from the central bank. Because if you borrow from the central bank, it means no other banks want to loan to you, and it means this bank is in big trouble. Okay, this bank will be in big trouble. But this is, we call a benchmark. Okay, a benchmark. For all other interest rates, like you borrow to buy a house, you borrow to buy a car, okay, all these rates are based on this discount rate, okay? In Mandarin, it is called 重贴现率. Okay, why? Because if you borrow from bank, it is called discount. And banks borrow from central bank, it discount again. So that would be called, okay, that. You know, in the 1970s, indeed, there is this word called rediscount. Okay? Question, 林正凯。
那个是从什么线率？
从贴线，sorry，从贴线。Indeed, there's a word called discount, but now people seldom use it. We just use discount, okay? But in terms of Mandarin, there's this word, okay? So, how does the central bank affect the money supply? If this goes down, right, the cost of borrowing goes down. So money supply will increase. And if this goes down, right, again, money supply will increase. And what about this? If you buy bonds, okay, that money supply will go up. Why? Because the central bank buys bonds, pay money, right? So money goes out, bonds come in. If they sell bonds, then money supply goes down. Okay, we will start from here next week.